Hi guys, it's Jody. This is Man vs. Diet number 9. Holy cow. This is my weekly weight loss vlog. As promised last week, I came up with a list of goals. Goals for 2015, June through December. It's June 1st. Holy cow, how quick is this year going? I've been on a weight loss program, a life-changing program, I should say, for the last couple of months. I was a little bit bummed last week because I gained 4 pounds on a weekend getaway with my kids. I didn't think I should have gained 4 pounds, so I have some issues with the scale. I step on the scale all the time, so I guess it wants to get me back occasionally. Anyway, the good news, I got back on the scale, and he was nice to me this morning. He, she, it was kind in its reading. Last week I was about 331. This week, 325. So I remember last Monday, Memorial Day, I was really ticked, as I talked about, and I wanted to go to that fast food restaurant really badly and eat out my sorrows, and I declined, thank goodness, because being back on track helped me lose the weight that I'd gained, plus another 2 pounds. So I'm feeling really good with where I'm at. Still need to get more involved with the exercise, but this sheet here should help with that. Let's get on to this list of goals. One thing about me is I'm either making a huge goal, like an Ironman triathlon, which I did in 2011, or I'm doing nothing at all. I'm either shooting for the stars, or I'm looking at the ground feeling sorry for myself. So I'm trying with these new goals to not be too overly ambitious. There are some really, really ambitious goals in here, but I don't want to go extreme. I want to find that happy medium. 3 years ago, I believe it was, I signed up for the Ironman Florida, and I just couldn't get into it, and I had to cancel, and I lost like $150 or something. I've signed up for a marathon or two that I didn't run, and et cetera, 10Ks, half marathons. So this year, I want to set achievable goals that are going to push me, that are going to make me work hard, and I'll have to be consistent with my workouts and my eating to achieve them, but they're not going to be something that kill me and make me dread my entire existence. Sorry if you're hoping that I do an Ironman again this year. That ain't going to happen. But there is a reason why I'm standing in front of this mountain here. So we'll get to that in a minute. The first thing I want to do, I'm supposed to be walking 3 days a week and lifting weights 3 days a week. So that's one of my goals, is just to exercise. So I'm going to say 5 to 6 days a week and be really consistent about that. I give myself Sundays off just to rest and, spend time with the family and go to church, stuff like that. So Monday through Saturday, I really need to be persistent and consistent in going and working out at the gym or walking around this beautiful area outdoors, enjoying the mountains of Utah, doing hiking and stuff like that. And biking, I need to get back into biking. I'm outside my garage. My bike is over there, and it's been there for years, and it's a good bike. I'm scared that I would pop both tires if I sat on it right now, but I'm going to get back into it. I live just around the corner on that side of these mountains. There's a really cool little lake that is open during the summer. It has a beach and grass and nice facilities. I need to take advantage of that as well and go swimming. But for now, I'm going to start small. And so my first goal, number one goal for June through December of 2015, I want to do a 5K. Now, that seems so small for somebody who's done an Ironman, but when you're weighing 325 pounds like I do, a 5K seems like a long ways away. And it is, 3.1 miles. That's a great distance. I haven't ran or walked that far in years, and so that's going to happen. It's June 1st. I decided to give myself about 6 weeks. And I looked, and there are a couple of races that looked intriguing, but 6 weeks away is July 15th, approximately, and that was my dad's birthday. And so I thought, gosh, I could really kind of do a twofer here. I could honor my dad, who passed away way too early at the age of 57, and he had struggled with being overweight and diabetes and heart issues and et cetera, et cetera. And I know that he would be really proud if he knew that I was doing a 5K as I'm trying to reclaim my health on his birthday. And so that's the first one. His name was Tom Genesee. I'm going to call it the Big Tom Memorial Fun Run. It's not going to be a fast 5K. I'm just going to walk and jog and run. Well, I don't know how much running. Waddle probably. And just have a good time. And it's not going to be anything official. So I will be out there in honor of Big Tom and in honor of myself coming back and getting on the right track again. So I'm excited about that, July 15th. Goal number 2. I am going to return to the triathlon world. I haven't done a triathlon in a couple of years. Part of me has been hesitant to train for a triathlon because, quite frankly, I'm way overweight and I don't think I'll be comfortable on a bike. It's time to get back. In 2008 and 2009, I was just so into triathlons and I loved them. One summer, I was doing a triathlon 1 or 2 times a month. I did them all over the place in Utah and in Las Vegas. It was awesome. And I felt so accomplished. So I'm going to set a goal that on September 12th, I will do the Yuba Sprint Triathlon. Yuba is a reservoir south of Provo, a couple hours from here. So it'll be a good experience. I'm excited. It's going to be a challenge because I haven't swam or biked or ran or walked for years. And so it's going to take a lot of work. I'm pretty stoked. I was hesitant because I'm nervous. A lot of times in life, I keep saying, okay, once I get to this weight, then I'm going to start riding my bike, or I'm going to start enjoying life when I get to that weight. And that is really silly to withhold pleasures of life or challenges of life or adventures in life until you get to a certain weight. Unless there are practical reasons why you can't do it, then that's a silly way to live. In the triathlon world, you'll be ready to welcome me back into your circle. I also want to do some of those holiday fun runs they have. There's some on Halloween. There are turkey trots on Thanksgiving. There's also the Santa run before Christmas. And I think it'd be a blast to do all of those, just to maybe give myself a few more extra calories that I can indulge on those days, and also just to throw some activity into my life. I think that'll be fun. I'll bring some of the family along with me, and I think we can make it a pleasurable, enjoyable family experience, whether my kids want to do it or not. Goal number 4, I'm contemplating doing a 10K. This goes back to that point, though, where I said I don't want to make a goal that's too long. And 10K is not that long, all things considered, 6.2 miles. Later in the year, when I've lost some more weight and I've been more active and my body's used to the exercise, I think a 10K would be very achievable. So I'm going to do a 10K by the end of December. I don't know which one yet. I don't know my schedule, what it's going to look like. I would like to do that in an official race because I really enjoy the atmosphere, and so I'll keep looking at the schedule. Goal number 5. This shirt right here, I believe it's a quadruple XL. Most of my shirts are either 3XL or quadruple XL, and that's just way too many X's. Shirts and movies are pretty similar. You want to avoid the X's. So I'm at a 4XL right now. I want to get down to a 2XL by the end of the calendar year. So then I can wear those shirts that say, Your Town's Athletic Club, XXL. Yeah, we'll make a Property of Man versus Universe double XL shirt by the end of the year. I can wear it around, and I'll fit into it as well. Number 6. This is a big one for me. No seatbelt extender on the airplane. For years, I didn't have to wear a seatbelt extender, and it was glorious. I haven't been on an airplane for a couple months now, and it's been a relief because, quite frankly, I was miserable on airplanes this past NBA season while covering the Utah Jazz for my newspaper. Squeezing into those small little seats and annoying the heck out of passengers next to you, asking the flight attendant for a seatbelt extender. All of that stuff is humiliating, and I just don't want to do it anymore. Goal number 7, and this is why I'm standing in front of this mountain up here. I don't even know the name of this mountain. It might be Black Ridge. The reservoir over there is called Black Ridge. I don't know if Black Ridge is around the corner. We're just going to call this Bon Jodi Peak. There you go. So a lot of people in my neighborhood will go up on a trail over here that's kind of in front of my house, and then they'll climb up the ridge and keep climbing. But that looks really super steep. And if you go to the very top, there's an American flag up there, and you see people going up there at all times of the day, at night, people with their flashlights, and kids going up there. There's some other trails that just go around the Harriman Hills. I just think it would be a great metaphor and an awesome challenge for me to go from somebody who is completely inactive to somebody who dares to climb a mountain. It's going to be a process. That's pretty steep in some areas. I don't know how far the hike will be. There's a little bit easier hike around the bend. They have some cutbacks. There's a trail there, and I think I'm going to go over there. But here's my plan. So once a week, or maybe once every 2 weeks, I'm going to hike up the trail, see how far I get without dying and collapsing, and call it good when I get to that point where I just can't go anymore for that day. Remember it, turn around, come back the next week. Hopefully, with all the exercise I've done in between and the healthy eating, I'll be able to go even further the next time, and so on and so on. And one day this summer, I'm going to be taking pictures from the top of that mountain, and I'll be able to see all the way into... I'll be able to see everywhere. It's not the biggest mountain in Utah, but it's a huge mountain for me, and I think it would be just a terrific achievement for me. And it's a mountain that I see every day, and I think that would be a fun thing to pursue, especially with my kids. I've talked to my kids, and the 3 oldest ones want to come along. Now, the goal that you've probably been waiting for, how many pounds does Jody want to lose this year? I was looking at the calendar. There's about 30 and a half weeks left in 2015. The aggressive part of Jody really wants to go out and say, hey, you could lose 5 pounds a week, and you could be thin by the end of the calendar year. But the sensible part of me, the one that was talking myself into signing up for a 5K instead of an Ironman, the smart guy thinks, hey, the experts say it's safe to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week or 1% of your body weight. And so I'm going to pick the number, nice round number of 50. Right now I weigh 325. That would get me to 275 by the end of 2015. That would also mean that I actually weigh what it says on my driver license, 275. So I think that'll be a good goal. If I lose more, great. If I lose less, you guys can kick my butt. 50 pounds, I think it's very achievable. It's about 1.7 pounds per week. That's not going to be going crazy. I think that'll be a good steady loss for me. I think that's a very achievable goal, all things considered. You know, I'm not in a race to lose weight. I want to lose it sensibly and slowly and keep it off. As some people say, you don't want to lose weight, you want to release it. Let it go. Because if you lose it, that has the connotation that it might come back and find you. If you release it, it's just gone. So there we go, 275. So I will have several mini goals leading up to that 275. Right now, I really want to get out of the 320s, so that's my first goal. Then, of course, get out of the 310s. That'll be my next goal. I can't wait to be out of the 300s. I swore to myself for 6 or 7 years while I was in the 200s that I've never weighed 300 again. It's miserable up here, guys. Don't come here. It's not fun. I want to get out of the 300s really bad, and I can't wait to see the scale say 200. So that will be the next goal, so on and so forth, until I'm at 275. I wanted to share a couple of long-term goals with you as well, so you know what I'm shooting for either next year or the next year, maybe in the next year, who knows. Like I said, I'm not in a race. How much does Jody want to eventually weigh? Why am I speaking in the third person? How much do I eventually want to weigh? My therapist asked me that question, asked me kind of what I'm shooting for, and I said, I don't know, I'd like to be under 200 in the 190s, and I was really hesitant about it. And he kind of challenged me and called me out on why I don't want to actually say what I want to weigh. And so now I'm going to say what I want to weigh, 161.5 pounds. There you go, therapist. How do you like that number? That's pretty specific. You happy? Why 161.5? Well, looking at the BMI, I want to be at 24.9 BMI. That would mean I'm at a normal weight. I'm not overweight. I'm not obese. I'm not morbidly obese. I'm not super duper morbidly obese. I'm not whatever else is above that. I'm just normal. Another long-term goal is I want to own a sharp-looking suit. I haven't had one of those since 1992 when I served an LDS mission in France and Switzerland. That's a long, long time ago, friends. So I would love to be at a goal weight in a suit and just looking sharp and feeling confident. I think that would be really neat. The other goal that I want to share with, I put some question marks after it, but inside of me, I know that I want to do another Ironman. I don't know when, I don't know where, but that's another long-term goal. I did the Ironman Coeur d'Alene in 2011, and it was one of the best moments of my entire life to cross that finish line, knowing that I had swam 2.4 miles, biked 112 miles, and did a 26.2 mile marathon. It was awesome. So there you go. I'm going to be a 2-time Ironman eventually. We'll let you know the details in years to come. So there you go. Those are my goals. Feel free to join along on any of those runs and races. We'll talk about it more in the weeks to come. But I thought I'd share that with you quickly. Thanks for watching.